Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Your game is coming up next. But here's some information from the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
6 easy ways to become an MVP. And by MVP, we mean most valuable parent. Like all of us, the parents of high school athletes tend to protect their children from adversity, or they overly involve themselves by advocating for their success. But when they do, they're negating the value of participating in high school sports. Among other lessons, high school sports teach teenagers to take nothing for granted, how to overcome obstacles, and that an extraordinary commitment of time and effort is required in order to reach goals and experience achievement. High school sports also encourage independence and self-sufficiency, attributes that are needed to be successful in life. It's natural for parents to love their children, and it's important to support them in as many ways as possible. With this in mind, here are 6 easy ways that you can be the MVP of your child's high school team. Number 1, attend your children's games as often as possible. Nothing demonstrates interest and involvement more than being there. And be sure to invite Grandma and Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team, not just your own. Here's a test for you. Do you know all the players on your child's team? Could you say hello to them by their first name? Embracing the entire team is a great way to show that your interest is sincere. Number 3, be a resource for your child's team. Does a teammate need help with transportation? Is the team trying to raise money for new uniforms? Is someone needed to organize a pizza party before the tournament starts? Maybe you can help. Number 4, try not to criticize the coach or the officials in front of your child. Hey, you're human, and there may be times when you need to vent, but be careful when and to whom you do it. Criticizing the coaching staff undermines its credibility and tends to put your child in the middle. And games are seldom won or lost because of an official's call. Remember, coaches and officials are objective. Most parents are not. Empower your child to talk with the coach about concerns. Everybody wants more playing time, and understandably so. But encourage your children to have that conversation with their coaches instead of you doing it for them. Giving teenagers the confidence and conviction to speak up for themselves is one of the greatest benefits of participating in high school sports. Number 6, focus on the life lessons your children are learning, not on win-loss records or how many points they're scoring. According to the NC2A, only about 2% of all high school athletes win a sports scholarship, and the average value of it is less than $11,000. But every child will benefit from the lessons they've learned as a result of participating in high school sports for the rest of their lives. It's difficult being the parent of a high school athlete. There's far more emotion and social pressure involved than is ideal. But if you follow these 6 pointers, not only will your children love and respect you, but so will their teammates and coaches. And you might even be named MVP. Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The IndianaSRN game is next. IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
I think the best thing that our ministry offers is that when the women come in and they are pregnant and they've reached our scan dates, which are 6 weeks, 4 days to 14 weeks, we're able to image them with ultrasound.
Seeing the image on the screen and hearing a heartbeat clarifies that it is truly life and not just a clump of cells.
You can see babies sucking their thumbs. You can see them running their hands over their head.
It shows them what God is doing on the inside that they don't feel or don't even think is real, but they see a real image of a real baby on the screen.
It just breaks my heart when a woman, no matter what her circumstances are, that she decides to end that intrauterine pregnancy, that she decides that she's better to go on her own without that baby.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
In today's fast-moving business world, effectively marketing your company takes hard work, creativity, and the right team. With over 40 years of experience, PIP has been enabling companies large and small to find success in achieving their business objectives. We understand the challenges our clients face. That's why we have a variety of print solutions suited to fit your every need. Whatever your printing request may be, from a quick turnaround on a company brochure for an upcoming trade show, a direct mail piece that needs to be designed, printed, and mailed, to complex marketing projects, PIP is sure to have the right print solution for you. Nothing grabs attention like a well-crafted sign. It can transform virtually any surface into an eye-catching experience, boosting your marketing appeal. From banners, posters, floor graphics, and window decals, to wayfinding and yard signs. We not only help with sign design and getting it installed, we also integrate them into your overall marketing strategy, designed to help you win. PIP also provides best-in-class integrated marketing solutions to help you make the most out of your next campaign. Our approach to marketing ensures that your strategy is seamlessly executed across all media, online and offline, so your business always looks its best. At PIP, we understand it takes a team to achieve business growth, and that's why we're here to help. Get to know PIP and let us make your world a better place.
Just didn't make the play.
Hickey, the service. The Braves into a wall. Phillips there, as was Colvin. And we're tied at 5.
Back and forth. Thank you very much for joining us on Indiana SRN. Audio is back, so we're good.
Good and golden here at Brebeuf. That service over the back line. Point to the Braves. 6-5 your score. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers. A thrilling matchup between not only two Circle City Conference opponents, but two teams ranked in the top 5 respectively in both of their classes. Service by Weber, that's out, so they trade long serves, and we're tied at 6 again. Game 1 of a best-of-5 set. Coming to make that Heritage Christian rather with the service. They are 6-0 on the year. Brebeuf, meanwhile, 4-2. Raven Colvin the service, and that's in for an ace.
Player of the year, and that's why. Straight up, great form right there on the foot line.
We saw a lot of action from her last week in front of the net, but showing her service as well as the junior scores that first point and continues her service. That one tried to walk the line, didn't do it that time on the left side. It'll be out, and we're tied at 7.
Kind of interesting that they went opposite side and then went strong side. I would think you would have stayed on the other side.
Colvin trying to show versatility, I suppose. as Abby Richmond has the service for the Braves. Low, awkward return that time by Hickey. Not a lot of communication after she had the hit on the forearms, and it's a point to the Braves. They lead 8-7.
Not good platform that time. You gotta squat down. Got to bring that back straight up.
Richmond overhand service. That time it's cleanly returned by Hickey. Spike the net. No, blocked by the Braves. Action in front of the net that time by Nia Gaddis.
Pretty impressive, Jimmy. I like how the Brebeuf Braves, they're short compared to Heritage Christian.
Service for an ace. No, it will be an ace. Launched wide of the mark. The Braves could not cleanly receive it, and it's 10-7. The Eagles could not cleanly receive it, rather, and it's 10-7. Service continuing for Richmond. Abby overhand. Retrieved by Hickey. They'll set up Phillips, her spike. Braves adjustment in midair. Back to Phillips. Soft touch. Braves once again a tough answer. Phillips again involved in the play. Braves once again try to return it. Spike opportunity for Siegel. Colvin hit it off the top of one of the ceiling tiles. Braves will try to answer. They can't put it away. This rally continues. Overhand Colvin. That one with enough force to give him the point.
But you gotta love how Brebeuf goes to the second row of the bleachers to play every single ball. That's an aggressive play. That's almost state championship ready, or at least state championship tournament ready.
And that's what both coaches told us was the beauty of having a matchup like this early on the schedule. It gives you a taste of what's to come as a nice spike down the line by Maddie Siegel. Braves lead by 3, 11-8.
That ball had eyes, Jimmy. That ball hit right on the line in. Both coaches are working really hard. This is just game 1.
You better buckle up. Siegel, her service, overhand. Received by Ledbetter. Hickey sets up Phillips. Point is there. We'll give the point actually to Wallace. It looks like Wallace and Phillips were both there, but Wallace is the one that got the hand on it.
Communication's got to be the key. It's loud in this gym. You got to be a lot louder. You're right next to each other. Probably couldn't hear each other.
11-9 the score. Braves by 2, but service to Phillips. Her overhand. Received on a bump, and the score to the Braves. Siegel tried to get it over in one hit, and the Eagles were ready for it. Phillips will continue her service. Action at the net. Spike down. Kill good.
Pretty impressive.
Give that to Sydney Robinson.
Yeah, went right to the middle of the floor. No man's land.
Nia Gaddis service for the Braves. They lead by 2. They've led by as many as 4. Overhand. Woo! Played awkwardly, chasing it down to keep it in play is the Eagles, and what a shot.
How about Snyder coming all the way over here, almost hit the scorer's table, and dink it goes.
Wallace cleans it up after the save from Snyder, 12-11. Gracie Ledbetter, her service, received by the Braves. They'll set up on the far right side, a spike blocked. Credit that one to Colvin. Also there was Snyder, and we're tied at 12.
6-11, 5-10. Do the math.
Ledbetter service, overhand standing serve. A bump, and now a cross-court shot that's out.
Gracie Ledbetter has done a better job. Watch the serve as she does the same routine. Look how high that ball is above her head, Jimmy. That's successful.
Had to dive deep for it, did the Braves to keep that alive, and risk of a double hit on the front line of the Eagles defense leads to the point for the Braves. We're tied at 13 again.
Great camera shot by Benny Wood. You want to be part of his fan club, just let us know.
Membership is free to my knowledge. Service is long on the part of Greer Frazier.
The region loves him up there, up in the
Big
north.
fans, big fans. Was in Chicago for a year last year. All I kept hearing about is Ben Wood guy. I don't know what's going on.
I know.
Lily Snyder's service. That one drops. Cross-court spike down for Robinson. And we're tied at 14.
Flat-footed was Elizabeth Phillips. She was at the right place again, Jimmy. They're in the right place, she's just not finishing.
I don't know how often you use the term a battle between two heavyweights in September. Make that August, with September on the doorstep.
August 30th, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But that's what we have right now. They're both tied at 14 in game one. Long spike that time, out by Valentine. Braves lead. Bella Schumacher, the 5'8 junior, has the service on the far right side. Awkward return. Ledbetter chased it down. Phillips there to clean it up. Front of the net. Nice soft touch shot, and it's somehow saved. An answer. That one could not be saved. And the point goes to the Braves. Even though the point did not go their way, Coach, Heritage making plays that seem like they're going to be over with still continue.
I just don't understand how that ball got over the net at the level of the net. It's just incredible.
Schumacher received by Ledbetter. They'll look to spike Colvin. She got it down. Easy as pie.
It looks like when they need a point, they go to her. And just do. Player of the Year does a nice job. So I would like to see them attack that more often. I like them to go more weak side than they are strong side this time.
We saw a lot of that happen in the first broadcast we had for Heritage Christian. Braves still lead by one. An answer, it's blocked. They'll go opposite side. That spike is long. Point to Heritage. We're tied again, this time at 16.
Little vibration of the net. Ball must have hit the net. Was it going out? Because I was looking for a touch there. No touch.
Paige Hickey, the 5'2 junior, continues her service to try to give Heritage the lead again. Braves have other ideas in mind, and that spike almost into the crowd. He took out two patrons, and the lead goes to the Braves, 17-16.
The guy dropped his popcorn, Jimmy. That's not a good sign.
Got to have the hand-eye. Keep a hold of one. And
exactly. Got to keep that popcorn in your hand, buddy.
Service for the Braves. Weber. Phillips to answer. It's in the net, and she got it back over. Cross-court set is blocked. Colvin again, as was Frazier, on that front line defensive attack in front of the net, and we're knotted up at 17 again.
Coach Catherine wants them to fill that slot. She pointed to the line and hit that ball. If that ball thinks you're going to go out of bounds, got to keep that ball in play.
Raven Colvin service continues. The 6-foot junior, nice overhand serve. What do the Braves have to answer? That time they powered through the block, and the point to the Braves. They lead by one.
You look at this Brebeuf team, sophomore, junior, freshman, senior, junior, freshman, junior, senior. Pretty impressive.
A lot of upperclassmen involved in that roster sheet. Phillips tried a long one. That's in. My goodness, she set it all the way in the far right corner.
That hit right on the corner inbound. The intensity of this game is almost like a sectional final.
Yep. We're tied at 18. You give me 10 tries at that, I'm not doing it. That was insane. Braves look to return. Shot.
Nice job by Hickey.
Phillips got it down. Lead is Heritage, 19-18.
Star that one for Hickey because that ball was going out. We got a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
When Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Welcome back to the campus of Brebeuf Jesuit High School. 19-18 the score, advantage Heritage Christian. They had the service, and that block almost leads to a point, but what a play by the Braves. They'll try to respond. Siegel in the net. Largest lead of the ball game for Heritage, 2018.
Two things on that play. Other teams not as equipped as these teams would have gave up on that ball. I think the ball was over. Those teams kept on playing until the whistle.
Siegel tried to power through a block but could not. Now Brebeuf has to get it over the net. Hickey. Point to Heritage.
That's tough because that hit right off the arm. You're trying to put that arm back. They're 4 points away, Jimmy.
This is the largest avenue they've had, a 3-point lead. How do the Braves respond? They respond with a point. What a tough shot that time by Greer Frazier. Able to hit that cross body while she was moving. She brings the Braves back within 2, 21-19. Here in game number 1, Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Thursday evening with us here on IndianaSRN. Ledbetter. They'll set up Phillips on the left side. Dug in deep. Robinson down.
Wow.
Back within 1.
Outside hitter, freshman, 5'8". I like her. Little scrappy. It carries herself very, very well as a freshman. 13 years old. Come on.
Couldn't ask for a bigger stage. Siegel's service almost leads to an ace. Let's see if Heritage can keep it alive. They do. The Braves, an answer. Blocked for the point. And they're 3 points away from closing out game 1. You're exactly right, Coach. A state tournament-like atmosphere in this building tonight. Service will be to Elizabeth Phillips, the 5'10 junior. Phillips overhand action. Received by the Braves. They'll go to Robinson, who gets them the point. She got them the last one when they needed it. She does so there, and they're back within 1, 21-22. Service will be to Nia Gaddis, the 5'8 freshman. Gaddis overhand. Awkward set that time by Phillips. Nobody was there, and we're knotted up at 22. So after leading 21-18, they've outscored the Braves 4-1. And we'll stay here as we're all knotted up at 22 in game number 1.
You go into huddle now and you tell your team they had your back against the wall and you answered the rally. And that's exactly what you want to do. You answered the rally. You're home. You go to crowd. I mean, the cheering block is up and running and doing all those things. Now you got to just finish.
Right.
We've talked about this. My colleague Missy told us the other night. Our kids get to 22 and then they don't know how to finish. Don't hit the wall here. Finish it strong. You got the ball. You got the advantage. Go get it.
Coach, the Heritage Christian Eagles were leading this one 21-18. They've since been outscored 4-1. You mentioned in the keys that Brebeuf needed this.
Yes.
How important is it now that they've ridden back from that deficit and are within striking distance?
All these games are going to be like this. Just poise, good poise for Brebeuf.
Gaddis service. Ledbetter receives. They'll work a spike that goes long. And the Braves have scored the last 5 of the last 6, I should say, and lead it 23-22, 2 points away from achieving one of Coach's keys to the game, stealing game 1. Gaddis service continues. They set. Back to Phillips. Her shot is down. They needed a play. They went to their playmaker.
Yeah, and Snyder did a good job because she could have set the front row, but she went to the back row, and Phillips understood where she was going to go, and she read the floor. Nice play.
Gracie Ledbetter, the 5'6 junior, her service. Received for the Braves. Spike is down. What a shot.
Is that the freshman? Yes, sir. Wow.
Game point for the Braves. Service almost dropped. Ledbetter kept it alive. And the Braves can't put it away. What a play by Gracie Ledbetter. What would have been a surefire ace and a loss in game 1. Keeps it in Heritage Christian's pocket now, tied at 24.
And you got to be pretty happy who your server is because Snyder has delivered all year.
The junior, Lily Snyder. And the Braves put it away. Bounced off the net. They'll set up Colvin. And that's down.
Now they need one. I love this game. Oh, she calls a timeout.
Brebeuf wants to talk it over. We'll take one as well. 25-24 the score. Stay with us. You're watching high school volleyball on IndianaSRN.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico.
We'll go back inside Rough Jesuit High School. Match point, make that game point rather potentially for Heritage Christian. And they'll get it done. Well, they led 21-18. They saw Brebeuf score 6 of the next 7 points before they storm back with a little run of their own and take game number 1 in this best of 5, 26-24.
Pretty impressive of both of these teams coming out at the start, and very important for Heritage Christian to win that ball game. We'll see how things go. As I told you, I think this will go 4 games at least, so nice finish.
We'll step away and be right back. You're watching high school volleyball on IndianaSRN.
How does a good man become even better? By working out? Or by working his way up the corporate ladder? By changing his diet? Or by changing his style? By traveling the world? Or by staying perfectly still? For 300 years, we've helped good men become the best versions of themselves through a dedicated fraternity and by taking an oath to live a life of integrity, service, and brotherly love. Men who are as committed to each other and their families as they are to our noble cause. In the end, we don't just make men better, we make them Masons. Not just a man, a Mason.
Welcome back inside Brebeuf Jesuit High School. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers. So pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Thursday evening with us here on IndianaSRN. A thrilling Game 1 that saw a number of different lead changes and a victory ultimately for the number 1 team in Class 2A. Coach, you have some stats and numbers for us through this portion of the day.
Just want to let our fans know at home, we're not having an earthquake. It's just the student body is moving and it's moving our camera. So we're fine. We're perfectly fine. Let's go look at the stats for Heritage Christian. 5 aces, 18 kills, 15 blocks, 4 unforced turnovers. Pretty impressive for the high intense game that the game number 1 was. For Brebeuf, 4 aces, 14 kills, 1 block, 5 unforced turnovers. Tuesday night we had 13, 16, a lot like that. So good quality. You can tell these teams are ranked high and play very, very well, and they know each other because Heritage Christian was ahead. Was going to blow the doors open. Brebeuf kept it open, rallied back. Heritage didn't fold. 26-24, you take a win any way you can.
Coach, you mentioned that it was very important for the Braves to get that first game. How demoralizing might be too strong, but how tough is that loss at home in Game 1? And how do you rally the troops to stay focused and know, hey, this could be a 5-set match depending on how we play things? I
don't think it's a disaster. I think what you got to do is just regroup and just play volleyball. Let them know that you have confidence in them. And the first 5-6 points here will be the telling tale.
The Braves will have service to open this up. Greer Frazier, the 6-foot junior, starts it off in Game 2. Ledbetter had to dive to keep that one alive, and it's almost over, but unable to get it over was her sister Maggie Ledbetter to keep the point alive. The Braves draw blood first. Service continues for Frazier. Ledbetter sets up Valentine. She's in the net, 2-0 Braves. The junior has her service. Gracie Ledbetter receives. Soft shot, almost dropped, but the Braves are quick on it. Ledbetter dives. They'll set up Phillips. Now the Braves. Long and out. And the first point for Heritage Christian occurs on the error by the Braves, 2-1.
Got to stay focused here if you're Brebeuf.
The 5'9 junior Lily Snyder made such an impact in that first game. She'll have the service here. Hickey receives. Action in front of the net. Spike down and good for Robinson, the freshman. Wow. She'll get her first breather. Bella Schumacher coming in, the 5'8 junior.
I think that's her first time she's been out the game in 2 games.
I believe it is. Bella Schumacher will have the service, the 5'8 junior. Braves look to respond. Siegel. And a point to the Braves.
Largest lead they have had all night is 3.
They've matched it here. They lead 4-1. Coach Hall is able to calm her troops after that tough loss in game 1 as they're in control right now. What answer does Heritage have? Cross-court shot is down. Delaney Seaman, the freshman, at 5'11", gets that shot to drop. 5-1 Braves, and a timeout taken by Heritage Christian.
I think the best thing that our ministry offers is that when the women come in and they are pregnant and they've reached our scan dates, which are 6 weeks, 4 days to 14 weeks, we're able to image them with ultrasound.
Seeing the image on the screen and hearing a heartbeat clarifies that it is truly life and not just a clump of cells.
You know, you can see babies sucking their thumbs. You can see them running their hands over their heads.
It shows them what God is doing on the inside that they don't feel or don't even think is real, but they see a real image of a real baby on the screen.
It just breaks my heart when a woman, no matter what her circumstances are, that she decides to end that intrauterine pregnancy, that she decides that she's better to go on her own without that baby.
We'll go back inside with Brebeuf Jesuit High School. The Braves have scored the last 2 on unforced errors by Heritage Christian. They now have their largest lead of the ball game at 6, 7-1. The Heritage Christian Eagles took game number 1, 26-24. Game 2 in this best of 5 ongoing. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers here for a thrilling Circle City Conference matchup. Siegel. And they set up Colvin for the spike. 7-2.
That's a drought, though. It's over, but it's a long drought. Now you got to come back, and you got to come back very precisely. You got to realize where the ball is going to be.
Well, you mentioned, Coach, you don't like to see a team go behind 8 or 9. That's usually the area where it's extra tough to get out of. Heritage flirted with that, but they're still just down 5. Cross-court shot is out. Heritage Christian within 4.
Oh, we must have had a touch. Touch was called at the net, side out to the Brebeuf Braves.
Because the far side official had said that was out to the line judge, but you're right. Correction will give the point to Brebeuf. Weber, overhand service. Hickey. The work to Menon. Colvin, good read at the net. Soft shot. Phillips, overhand. Action back in front of the Braves. Net spike is blocked. Can they chase it down? No.
There we go. Ooh.
Point to Heritage.
Gotta like the aggressive play of Heritage Christian, but you gotta like the play never quit. Great play by Heritage Christian. Now they're down 8-3.
And neither of these two teams are going to give up on a ball. Raven Colvin, the 6-foot junior, has the service. Braves to answer.
Oh, nice dink.
They'll work Phillips. Her spike in the net. No. 4 hits. Give the point to the Braves. They lead 9-3. Led by as many as 6 in this one. They match that right now. Richmond service, almost an ace. Phillips sets it long. How do the Braves respond?
Oh, nice save.
Snyder, quick reflexes. Phillips, soft touch. And the Braves the point.
Tell you what, that loose ball, but Phillips, how about Snyder, though, in midair, changed hands to the little dink.
Abby Richmond, the 5'6" senior, continues her service for the Braves. They lead by 7, their largest lead of this match. Action in front of the net, cross-court shot, sent back. They'll set up Siegel, she's blocked. Braves once again dig in. Overhand shot. And a point for Heritage.
Net violation. Oh, they're going to call a back row attack. Interesting.
So it stops the bleeding again, but Heritage still with plenty of climbing to do, down by 6. Remember, they took game number 1. They've yet to fall in a match this season, 6-0. Braves trying to rewrite that win-loss column. They're up by 7 on the point that time by Siegel.
You know how tough that is? That's pretty tough to do. Cathedral is the only team that I can remember that has never lost for the whole entire. Well, Yorktown last year never lost a match.
5'11" sophomore. It's Maddie Siegel with the service. Spike that time down for Wallace with authority for the Eagles.
Coach Thompson this time she moved. You watch, she moved number 7. That's the libero. She moved her to a different spot because she's going to play a lot more to the net.
That's Richmond who receives that last serve, and a spike down that time again by the freshman Cindy Robinson.
And that gives you a good example as they moved. They took the ball from the 30-foot line all the way up, took it 3 hits to get it. Nice hit, 12-5. I like the coaching strategy here. Both of them playing very good chess tonight.
Service for Gaddis. Spike received and returned, but they'll say it hit the top of the ceiling, so it'll be out. Again, this is what I'll never understand. But any venue we go to where it's a low roof, the officials have a kind of a pick and choose of when they're going to enforce
the out call.
Exactly. Which, by the way, a factoid for you here after this play. Spike opportunity is blocked initially. Cross-court shot by Valentine. They'll try to set up Colvin. Down. Is it in?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Anyway, fun factoid for you. Can't tell as much now because the Braves have kind of barricaded their stage, but I believe it's Brebeuf, it's Chittard, it is Cardinal Ritter, it is Roncalli. All 4 of them were designed by the same architect, and if you were to look back in the day as recently as 10 years ago and go to one of these gyms, you wouldn't know them from Adam in terms of the way that they are designed.
That's correct.
So the ceiling's just low like it is in the woodshed on the south side. Nice soft set shot that time by the Braves. They lead by 6, 13-7.
And you forgot one. Indianapolis Cecina.
Yep, Cecina, that's right. I wasn't sure. Didn't want to throw them in there, but you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Coached at Cecina for years. I loved it. Loved it.
It's always fun as a student going to one of those schools because you leave Roncalli, you go to Chittard, you're like, oh, I know where this is.
Yeah.
Because it's here. Of course it's going to be here too. Braves try to answer. The renovations over the years and the main back line there as that shot is just in, riding the far right side. Did Heritage are back within 5, but the stage obviously sealed up here. You can only see it when there's action on the back line of Heritage, but all these schools going through renovations, rightfully so. You need to do upgrades, but those similarities starting to differentiate as the years go by.
You're exactly right. What complexes these schools have now.
It's really wild. Snyder's service. The Braves try to answer cross-court shot off the backboard. It'll be out on the last shot by the Eagles, and the point will go to the Braves.
Now, Jimmy, if it hit the backboard, because it hit the backboard and you hit the backboard, you could have played it off of that backboard.
All right. There you go. If it goes to the net, same thing?
Yes, sir.
All right. But I meant that net, by the way. On the booth, not on there. That shot rides the line, and a point for Heritage.
Well,
I mean, if you bank it in and it comes out.
Well, if you're behind the arc, it's 3 points.
There you go. 14-9 the score, a 5-point advantage for the Braves, but Heritage, they trail by as many as 8. Hickey's overhand. Oh, shot at the net, well played, and the Eagles get the point.
Big mistake there by the reading. You got to realize where you're at, and you got to pop that straight up. You can't pass it to a player. You got to pop it straight up and let them go get it.
The 5'2 junior Hickey with the jump serve. Received by Richmond. Action in front of the net. It's down. Just a tad late that time was Gracie Ledbetter.
She made up for it that time, didn't she?
A no doubter that time. Lead is 5.
Heritage Christian has creeped back in this a little each time.
Braves trying to keep the door shut. Sophie Weber's overhand. Hickey receives. Phillips. Set shot it down again. My goodness. Such accuracy.
Abby Richmond was there, and the ball just took off, and all she has to do is take a step back. But that's really a tough play because you were right there where the ball was going.
And so little room for error if you're going to ride the sideline like that, let alone going cross-court on the set. The Eagles back within 4. Colvin. Raven Colvin, the 6-foot junior with the service. Standing overhand, too much on it. Point for the Braves.
That's what drives you nuts as a coach. You're making that little run, and all of a sudden you make that unforced turnover.
Abby Richmond, the 5'6 senior, the libero, her service. Hickey receives, action at the net, spike down, just kept alive. Phillips, the answer, it's down. Went through a power block. Brings the Eagles back within 4.
Coach Catherine's telling them to sit. You got to sit down. You got to squat down and bring that up on the hit.
Maggie Ledbetter's service. The Braves run their offense. That time Gracie makes the play. Phillips shot. Score. Closest they've been since the early goings of this second game. Eagles within 3.
You can see the confidence now that Heritage Christian has a little bit.
Maggie Ledbetter serve. Seagulls spike. Hickey receives. Phillips. The rally continues. Siegel again, that time would not be denied. Lead back to 4. And service sends to the Braves.
Never give up a buff. Like that.
Maddie Siegel, a 5'11 sophomore. Her running jump serve is out. Lead back down to 3, and the service to the girl that's been a huge part of this Heritage Christian Eagles team tonight, Elizabeth Phillips, the 5'10 junior.
Oh, nice. Go get it.
Good work by Richmond to adjust on the fly, and instead of the usual setup for spike, she went right in front of the net with it, dropped it down.
No look. Gotta like it.
Lead back to 4. Nia Gaddis, the 5'8 freshman. One of 2 freshmen on this starting lineup. Spike down and through for Wallace. Heritage hanging around. The junior, Gracie Ledbetter. With the service. And it's the let's serve over the net. Braves look to respond. There's Gracie. Soft touch shot, drops down, and out, they'll say. I don't know about that.
That was right at the campfire. That must have was just out.
There's a 4-point advantage for the Braves. Rear Frazier, the service. That's long.
Well, you matched.
Yep.
So here you go. You're down 3. Now you need the run. This is where you need 3 or 4 points, Jimmy. You would even like to be tied if that happens here.
Snyder will do what she can.
Getting too late in the game.
Soft touch. Powering through that time was Valentine. Robinson, the freshman again, making a play for the Braves.
Lack of communication there for Heritage Christian as Phillips was in the right place, just could not finish.
20-16.
I loved how Brebeuf came back strong in this game.
They're 5 points away from closing game 2 and tying us up in 1 game apiece. Overhand serve by Schumacher. Colvin. Bad angle on that return. The lead is 5.
When do you call that time in? Call it out here. We'll keep it here. IndianaSRN. Don't forget we have high school football for you tomorrow night right here on IndianaSRN. It all begins with Football Weekly at 5:50 for our internet radio broadcast. And then we have several games for you on IndianaSRN. Please join us as we will bring you high school sports throughout the school year. And it's a great season, and it's already started very, very well with high school volleyball. We have high school volleyball for you next Tuesday as well right here on IndianaSRN. Our games tomorrow, it all begins at Football Weekly, as we mentioned. Games tomorrow, Covenant Christian. Well, I lost my place here, Jimmy. Here we go. It's Lafayette Central Catholic and Garin Catholic. Shenandoah and Heritage Christian. Traders Point, Covenant Christian. Beech Grove, Cascade, Mount Vernon, Richmond, and Southport versus Perry Meridian.
Man.
Some good lineups for you.
Week 2 of the high school football season. Going to be a thriller, but we got a thriller here for Rough Jesuit High School. Braves lead by 5. And a violation by Covenant Christian has them down by 6. Bella Schumacher, service continues. The Braves look cross court, and that made contact with the ceiling. It'll be point for the Braves. They are 2 points away from storming back after a tough 26-24 loss in game 1, tying us up at 1 game apiece. Schumacher's service continues. The let's serve is saved by the Eagles. Action in front of the net, spike down. Poitras got it to go. Game point for Brebeuf.
How about this? Did a nice job coming back. Need 1.
It would be an ace from Schumacher. No.
The floater just didn't work. Right idea, because you want that ball to hit the net and blow off.
Now Heritage Christian in charge of their own destiny. Paige Hickey's service. Here come the Braves. Cross court. Can't be kept alive. Game to Brebeuf. 25-17. Stay with us. You're watching high school volleyball on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Welcome back inside Brebeuf Jesuit High School. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers. Every bit as good as advertised. The Heritage Christian Eagles take game one 26-24, but the Brebeuf Jesuit Braves storm right back in full cruise control. They will win game two 25-17 as we bring the coach in with some game two numbers. Coach?
Yeah, game two numbers, total aces, 2 for a Heritage Christian. 31 kills, 13 in that game. 3 blocks that game. They had 15 before, only had 3 that time, 18 on the night. Unforced turnovers, that's where the difference is. They had 8 in the second game, Jimmy. Only had 4 in game number 1, a total of 12 for the night. For Brebeuf, 5 total aces, 1 game number 2. 28 kills, 14 on game number 2. 3 blocks, 4 on the night. And unforced turnovers, staying under 10. They had 6, total of 11 for the night. Game number 3 is a must-win. If you're Heritage Christian, this is a must-win for you. You got to win game 3, because if Brebeuf wins game 3, it's really hard to win game 4 after losing 2 in a row.
In both these huddles, do you expect the conversation is more of the same, of bringing the intensity back to where it was in Heritage Christian's case, where it was to start game 1, and a Brebeuf case to keep it where it was in game 2?
When I coach, what I wanted to do is I wanted to test my seniors, but there's not many seniors on the floor.
Right.
So do you test your juniors, or you tell them, where are you? What are you thinking? We got to play through all the difficulties, and we got to start out strong. They did not. They fell behind 7-1 in game number 1, in game number 2. That's hard to come back. We talked about 8 or 9 points, hard, down by 6. Really tough in a situation where you are. The freshman for Brebeuf is playing very, very well.
How important is the mentality in that Brebeuf huddle to not take your foot off the gas right now? He had a good game too, but it can turn in a blink of an eye against his Heritage Christian team.
I think Coach would probably mention that to them. Said, look, we won game number 2. They will not give up. Keep working at it.
The story of the game so far has been the freshman Cindy Robinson of the Brebeuf Braves. Coach mentioned she's been involved in almost every big play that the Braves have needed at this point in time. On the other side of things, it's been Elizabeth Phillips and Raven Colvin who have been making big-time shots left and right for the Heritage Christian Eagles. It'll be service for the Braves to open up game number 3. That service belongs to, make that service to Heritage Christian to open game number 3. Gracie Ledbetter with that service, and the point to Heritage. They have taken first blood in 2 of these 3 games. They won game 1 when they took first point, and they're on a roll to start, leading 2-0.
We talked about being a chess match. If you're the coaches, you're just pulling out your hair now. You just want to teach your kids to play very, very well and finish.
Braves looking to respond. Cross-court shot.
How about Ledbetter?
Yep.
Ledbetter was on the other side of the floor, tried her best, just fell a little short.
Service to Greer Frazier, the 6-foot junior. Overhand shot. Received by the Braves. Colvin spike. Good.
It must be the long sleeves, Jimmy.
Could be.
Every team this week wore long sleeves.
Getting close to that time of year? Preference choice? I don't know.
It was 80 degrees today.
Yeah.
Bring your winter jacket, though, tomorrow. 58 tomorrow night. Low. You'll be cold up in that booth.
Winter coat seems slightly aggressive, but I'll bring a jacket.
Okay.
Snyder overhand shot. And here come the Braves. Spike blocked. Can they keep it alive?
Yes! No. I tell you what, you got to like the effort.
Yeah.
She was almost over up to our booth.
Put the body on the line. Largest lead of this game, and since game 1 for the Eagles, they lead 4-1. Service for Snyder. Here come the Braves. Soft shot, drops. Braves back within 2.
Schumacher now ready to serve for the Braves, the junior, 5'8".
Bella had a long string of points off of her service down the back end of game number 2. Colvin, spike, it's blocked. They'll set her up one more time. That one she adjusts cross court, gets it down.
And I don't think she got the whole entire ball,
No,
Jimmy. I think she got half the ball.
I don't know if it was on purpose. It doesn't look like she took as much back as she did last time. I don't know if it was done intentionally or if she just didn't get as much as she wanted to, like you mentioned, Coach. 5-2 the score. The service to the junior, Paige Hickey. Here come the Braves. Blocked. Front line defense for Colvin and Phillips. And the largest lead since game 1 for the Eagles at 6-2.
Attitude. The attitude of this game is a little bit different for Heritage.
Hickey, jump serve. Spike opportunity. Powered through. Ledbetter couldn't save it, but her sister does, and now it's still in play. Phillips there to make it. Blocked again, but it went out of bounds, and the point belongs to the Braves. We saw so much of that from Heritage Christian in our first broadcast of their front line just being so tough and intimidating. Braves not being fazed by that, even when shots get blocked. Overhand service. Did it walk the line? It did, an ace.
Sure did.
Credit that to Sophie Weber, the junior. 6'4". Braves within 2.
Down by 2 after being down by as many as 5.
Weber's service continues. Ledbetter receives. They'll set up Phillips. The spike bounced off the net. Nice adjustment that time. And is it the freshman again?
Yes, sir.
It is. This time, though, it's Nia Gaddis, the other freshman on the floor.
Hickey needs to learn to take a step up to fill that slot because everybody else was up front. That's a really tough play to bring back.
Weber's service continues. The Eagles have an answer. Phillips powered through. Braves counterattack. Soft touch shot adjusted by the Eagles. They'll set up Phillips again. That time she powered through the block. 7-5.
Snyder did a nice job of keeping that ball alive and playing behind her back. Nice job. 7-5, the Eagles.
Raven Colvin, the 6-foot junior, made most of her damage in front of the net. But she's had an ace tonight so far, and that one is another one.
He just overruled the line judge. He called it out.
He must have saw something different than I did, and what the line judge saw.
Yeah, and the line judge is right there. That's a tough call, but that's why he's up on the ladder.
Phillips off the bump. Here come the Braves. Siegel, her spike is down.
I will tell you this, as a coach and you get that call, you got to get a little frustrated because the guy is right there and the guy is on the ladder. Now, he has a better angle on the ladder, so it is what it is.
Overhand service by Richmond and violation against the Eagles. Point for the Braves. They have their first lead of this third game.
And we need officials, so we're not going to knock our officials because we need officials for this game and every game for the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Out again by Heritage Christian.
Mrs. Myers almost had a souvenir there, right in her lap.
You get to take that home with you?
She probably would take it home with her, put her in her ball bag, add it to her collection.
Service continues for the senior Abby Richmond. 9-7, largest lead of the game for the Braves. Phillips tries to change that. She's blocked. Cross-court shot. Braves really in a rhythm. Ledbetter to Phillips. Could not power through the block. Gaddis, the freshman again, and it's 10-7 Braves.
Is she having a career tonight or what? She's excited too. I mean, she jumped off the ground 15, 16 feet.
Gaddis and Robinson, the two freshmen, Robinson not out there right now, have made quite an impact in this ball game. Phillips, she'll try again. And net violation, I believe, against the Braves.
Frazier in the net there for the Braves.
So Heritage seen the last 4 scored against them before that. Now they'll give service to Maggie Ledbetter, the 5'6" junior and sister of 5'6" junior Gracie Ledbetter. Siegel, cross court, into the net. Miscommunication that time by the front line of the Eagles.
Snyder tried to move Wallace out of the way because she was trying to make the attempt on the ball, and Levy is just there, and it's hard to move Levy.
Siegel's service will continue. Her overhand serve.
There you go.
The net down. It's out. Far right side. Could not keep it in.
Maybe rushed it a little bit. Don't you think, Jimmy?
Yep. Just a tad. 12-8. Largest lead of the game. That one is out. And Heritage receives a bit of a break there. Olivia Valentine checking back in for the Eagles. Relieves Paige Hickey. Service to the junior, Elizabeth Phillips. Adjustment. Phillips had to read it.
Got a net violation
against the Braves. Heritage back within 2. You can almost feel like this is the deciding game, even though it's not. Whoever gets this will have all the momentum rolling. That one out.
With authority called out.
Mm-hmm. More confidence there from the line judge, despite being upstaged earlier. Gaddis service in the net. And again, an unforced error. Should be noted now, both freshmen are back out there for the Braves. Gaddis was already out there, but Sydney Robinson has made quite an impact as well. Checks back in for the Braves. Gracie Ledbetter's service. The freshmen will set each other up for the score. They power through that block. That's a tough front line there of Snyder and Colvin.
Tell you what, and you're going head on head with them.
Service back to the Braves. Greer Frazier. Jump serve. Ledbetter receives. Colvin, the spike. It's down. Unquestioned. Unquestioned from the bump.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Yep. But back within 2. Another sub for the Eagles. Abby Menon comes in. Maggie Ledbetter checks out.
Need to string a couple of plays here.
It'll rest in the hands of Snyder. Another spike opportunity. That's in, they'll say.
That found the line.
Huge point for the Braves. And they lead it by 3. Bella Schumacher checked back in. Remember, she had the long service at the end of game 2.
Ball went out of bounds.
Somehow ended up at the scorer's table. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the ball had rolled into the front lobby. And the scoreboard had an extra one. Yeah, no one, a fan had to go and get it. Lead is 3. Braves serving with it. They'll set up Colvin again. Her spike. Did it ride the line? No.
Boy, you didn't get the call on that side, and this side was close, and you didn't get that one. It is tough. 16-12.
Number 1 team in 2A, not the beneficiary of calls on the road so far tonight. Schumacher, her serve again. They'll set up Colvin again. That time it's down. Well, if you're not going to give me the sidelines, I'll go to the middle, says Raven Colvin.
See if you can cover the middle.
Exactly. They're back within 3, and they'll rely on the service of Paige Hickey, who checks back in during that rotation switch. Match tied at 1 game apiece. Siegel. Hickey keeps it alive. They'll set up Phillips. Overhand shot. Good play by Richmond. The answer. Ledbetter to Phillips. Set shot. She'll try it again. Siegel powered through it for the point.
Real impressed with the front line of Brebeuf.
Their lead is 4. They've been all over the place, Coach, whether it's a freshman, a sophomore, doesn't matter if they're one of their juniors or seniors. Everybody active on that front line.
They know the role,
yep.
Don't they? Yep.
Overhand service to the Braves. What does Heritage have left in this 3rd game? Phillips in the net. We'll see a timeout here soon. We will indeed, and we'll stay here. 18-13 the score. The Brebeuf Braves lead the number 1 team in Class 2A by 5, 18-13. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers. Once again, so pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Thursday evening with us here on Indiana SRN. Coach, this is an undefeated Heritage Christian team on the ropes right now in this third game. What's the message in that huddle?
Message in the huddle is you just can't stop. You just got to keep playing through it. Brebeuf is their home, so they're getting, some advantage of home court advantage. Not saying the calls are wrong or right. That you just get calls at home a little bit differently. That's why they got a home court advantage. Officials are doing their job, and you can't let officials beat you or think they're beating you. You just have to play through all that, and you have to step up, and because you've been here before, so you just have to play through the adversity that Heritage Christian is doing right now.
On Brebeuf's side, the freshmen have been making plays for them left and right. Oh. Is it more of the same going forward?
Oh, incredible. Yeah, you bet. They're not playing like freshmen.
Colvin's spike is blocked.
This is their 7th game of the year. They're not playing like freshmen any longer.
Nope. No, they are not. And give credit to Brebeuf. They're ranked number 2 in Class 3A. Not something to shake a stick at. Colvin, soft touch. That one drops. I was going to say, when you're silencing Colvin on the spikes, what does that mean mentally for your team? Well, the junior is just calm and nice soft touch.
She has to go through her thoughts saying, okay, I have to do what they're giving me.
She did that there. Colvin, is it an ace? Yes.
Tell you what, that was a line drive set, and that's tough to bring back. You're only down 4 here.
In the driver's seat with Colvin acting as server. The 6-foot junior, her standing serve, that's long. Too much on it. Down 5. Now needed a stop.
That was that extra Chick-fil-A sandwich tonight, right?
There you go. Could have been. Abby Richmond, the libero. Service for her in a huge game in this best-of-5 match. Blocked to the net. They'll set up Phillips, her soft touch shot. Braves are ready for it. Siegel. And violation of the net, I believe, by Heritage, or was it a violation just in general?
Lovey Smith was in the net.
In the net, all right. The lead is 6, 21-15. Richmond service. Phillips, desperately needed. She got that one. Back within 5.
Meaning coming out. Ledbetter coming in, Maggie.
It'll be Ledbetter's service. Braves receive it. Cross court moving. Work to Siegel. Her shot is tipped and for the point. Just a tad late on that was Gracie Ledbetter.
Yep. Step in a little bit quicker.
Sydney Robinson, the freshman, has made such an impact on this game. Checks back in. Service to Maddie Siegel. 22-16. Braves by 6 here in game 3. Set tied at 1. Match tied at 1, I should say. Overhand shot. Now action in front of the net. The rally continues. Robinson wanted to put that away, but this time it is the Eagles digging in. They'll set up Robinson one more time. The spike, no.
Net.
And they'll say net violation on the freshman.
Yeah, Phillips wanted a net about a couple, maybe 2 or 3 plays ago, but that was really her hand that got caught in there. The officials let him play through it. I kind of like that. That one's pretty obvious. When the whole entire net is vibrating, you got to call the violation.
So critical moment for the Eagles. Service to Phillips. But down by 5. Robinson, not that time. Wild shot. Robinson again. They've worked through her for the last 4 possessions. That time she gets one to go, and the lead is 6, 23-17. Braves 2 points away from taking a commanding 2-1 lead.
And that ball's coming all the way across the floor. That's a tough shot.
Again, for the freshman. Service by Gaddis. What do the Eagles have in the tank? Spike, initially blocked, and out. Set point for the Braves.
How about this?
What a turn of events. Nia Gaddis will have the service to try to go up 2-1 on the number 1 team in Class 2A. Gaddis service. Here come the Eagles. Shot is down and in. Finally, the Eagles get a sideline call. Back within 6, and service will be to Gracie Ledbetter. Again, so much pressure when you're down 6. Down any amount, really, when match point is on the line. How will the Eagles handle it? Ledbetter. Set up Robinson. Digging in to the Eagles. One more time. Blocked. And emotion on the face of Raven Colvin as they're back within 5.
You don't think she wants this game?
Wants it just as bad as her coaching staff to her left. Ledbetter service. Here come the Braves. They'll work it to Robinson again. Overhand shot. Colvin wants it. Colvin gets it right into the teeth of the Braves' backline defense. They're back within 4.
Now, when do you call it this timeout if you're Brebeuf, or do you just play through it?
I'd play through. It's just me, though. Ledbetter service. Robinson. Phillips chased it down. Ledbetter into the net. That's game. Just a tough play. Ledbetter mistimed it slightly. And game 3 goes to the Braves. 25-20. We'll have game 4 with the Braves leading 2-1 after this. And you're watching on IndianaSRN.
If you find yourself confronted by unwanted pests in your home or office, then you need to contact the professionals at Kim Mountain Pest Control. We offer quality pest control solutions at an affordable price. We specialize in ants and termites. We're also available to handle a variety of other pests, including roaches, fleas, and flying insects, as well as rats and mice. Don't wait until pests cause severe damage to your home or property. Contact the team of experts at Kim Mountain Pest Control today.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back inside Brebeuf High School. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers. What a turn of events in this one. The number 1 team in Class 2A on the ropes. They trail 2-1 after the victory by Brebeuf in that last match. In that last set, I should say. And the coach, Keith Myers, has numbers from game number 3.
Game number 3, aces for the night for Heritage Christian, just 3. 43 kills, 12 that game. Blocks, only 2 that game, 20 on the night. Unforced turnovers, back-to-back 8 for the night, 20 total for the night. For Brebeuf, they're doing it just at the net. 5 aces, 36 kills, 8 blocks, 16 unforced turnovers. That 4 difference is, if you look at the scores, that's the difference of this ball game, the unforced turnovers. Also, you're playing at home. If you're Heritage Christian, you got to tell your kids you can win this thing. You've got to win this one or it's over. So you got to just play all the way through it. You got to play yourself. And now you watch of your key players what they do. They're primetime players. How do they handle the primetime pressure?
And for the Brebeuf Jesuit Braves, what's that old saying? Lock the door behind you. You've got to keep it shut right now. You cannot let Heritage back into this ball game.
Yeah, one of the things that freshmen tend to do and underclassmen is say, oh, we got this. And they've relaxed this game, and all of a sudden they get beat 25, maybe 10, or 22, 25-15. They go, oh, what happened? And then can they regroup? I like the libero. Every single play, every single time she's come on the floor, she has high-fived everybody at the scorer's bench and then go on the floor. You got to like that enthusiasm. You can tell Coach Catherine has put pride back into this game, at this school that didn't say they lost it, but there's just that air of we're back, and that's kind of cool.
How important is it if you're Brebeuf to keep the freshmen involved in this one? They've been so almost like the backbone for this Braves offensive attack throughout these first 3 games.
You keep growing that way. I mean, I think you do that, and if they're successful, they're going to be tough because now they have that experience that know they could get that done.
Service will start to the Braves. Greer Frazier's service is an ace. 1-0 Brebeuf. A reminder that this is game number 4. The Braves on top, 2-1. And the Heritage Christian Eagles, the party on the ropes right now, 6-0 on the season, yet to suffer a defeat. What happened here tonight at Ruck Jesuit High School? Colvin blocked again. I tell you, Coach, we talked about it when we broadcasted their first game last week that Colvin was a force to be reckoned with. How are you going to stop that? And you said you had to make a decision about making a block, almost like you do if you're in the batter's box. You have a heater coming at you. You have to make that decision instantly. Brebeuf has neutralized her almost to a T tonight.
Yeah, and they've gone to her. They didn't play around her. They've gone to her because she would have sensed that they were playing around her so you could set her up more. Now you're playing to her strength, and you probably got in her head a little bit tonight.
Lead is 3-0. Early stages, well Colvin might have heard you. That spike is down and clean.
That's a true athlete right there for you, Jimmy. I love the spark. She's getting on her teammate. Let's go, and it starts with her, and she's stepping up.
Is it the shooter's going to shoot, but for volleyball, it's the hitter's going to hit? I guess effectively. That's the mentality you got to have. Overhand service. Eagles trail by 2. Cross-court shot is out. Your score. Going to look back. Heritage takes game 1, 26-24. Brebeuf takes game 2, 25-17. They take game 3, 25-20. At the net. Nice play that time by Valentine.
Valentine's in the mix now.
If you're Brebeuf, you don't want that front line getting active again. Should be noted an interesting move here. We did not see a lot of Kenzie Myers in that second game. Might not have seen her in the first game at all, but she's been inserted in the lineup for Heritage. Tied at 3, and a misplayed that time by Colvin. She thought she had some help, but she did not. 4-3 Braves.
Sometimes you put some players in the game to see if you could get the other players motivated. Maybe that's exactly what Coach is trying to do with Myers.
I'll tell you this much, Brebeuf is playing much more loose. There's smiles on the faces of their players. A lot more serious outlook right now for Heritage. Cross-court shot, misread that time by Phillips.
One of the things I noticed with Heritage Christian, when the ball goes all the way deep, they are rotating a little bit different and a little bit quicker. They're waiting for that second hit. Brebeuf has just outmatched them tonight with that.
Bella Schumacher, the 5'8 junior. Overhand serve. Played by Valentine, and violation on Heritage. 2 hits.
Caught the ball, can't catch the ball. That's a tough call. 2 hits are a tough call because I can't see really from here, but I see that they caught. She did make that contact.
Valentine, too much on that. Tried to go cross-court with it. A frustration spike, perhaps. 7-3 Braves. As Coach Hawes almost got worked by the extra pass from the fans up above us. Hope those weren't Heritage fans. Service for Schumacher. Colvin down with the spike.
Now, there's sportsmanship in this conference, in the Circle City Conference.
Absolutely. Paige Hickey, the 5'2 junior, trying to right the ship after that Colvin spike. 7-4 Braves. Blocked at the net. They'll go to Siegel. She's blocked again, and they'll say contact with the net, I believe. Colvin can't believe it.
Called a net violation on Coleman on number 11, and she pleaded her case. And
much like any sport, once a call's been made, there's no challenges, you're out of luck. You can make your peace with it. Move on. Colvin. Her spike could not get down. Siegel overhand. And that time it's a violation on the Braves, I believe. So wait and see.
No, they called a net violation on Myers.
All right. The lead is 5, 9-4. Service belonged to the junior, 5'9", Sylvie Weber. Ledbetter misplayed that off the wall. That's it. 10-4. Braves by 6. Timeout. Heritage will take one as well. You're watching high school volleyball on IndianaSRN.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Welcome back to Brebeuf Jesuit High School. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach, Keith Myers. Braves with service. They lead 10-4 here in game number 4. Shot into the net. We talked about Heritage Christian needed a point out of that timeout. Always nice to not have to do anything to get that point.
75% of the time you call a timeout to stop the rally, you score. That's pretty effective timeouts.
Colvin's overhand.
Ooh.
Here come the Braves. Siegel spike is down.
So we've got some coaches in the area watching this game, about 3 or 4 coaches watching both Brebeuf and Heritage Christian.
Can't blame them.
Best game in town tonight.
Phillips received by Richmond. They'll go to Siegel again. Powered through the block. My goodness. 12-5. And they're getting close to that 8-9 point territory you talk about, Coach. Say that, and then it's an out serve by Hickey. Make that Richmond, rather. A service for Maggie Ledbetter.
Richmond is the senior. You wouldn't think she would have that unforced turnover, but it happens.
Siegel down.
Man,
tough play for Hickey. 13-6.
Siegel is 5'11", sophomore. She hits very hard, and she goes straight down with it, Jimmy. She doesn't stop. She follows all the way through. Nice, impressive.
Waits right for the apex of her jump before she delivers it down.
I like that, apex.
She'll have the service, but that went into the net.
You don't want Heritage Christian to creep in this thing, though.
No. We talked about it. Lock the door behind you. Don't let them back in. Some more subs coming in as the first rest, I believe, of the game for Elizabeth Phillips, the junior. Kendall Hickey, the freshman, and sister of Paige Hickey, will have the service. First freshman we've seen on the floor tonight for Heritage Christian. Do they have the same freshman magic? Valentine blocked again. For the first couple of matches we've read or seen Heritage Christian, it's all been about how powerful their spikes are, and we keep talking about it. No fear on the front line in front of the net of the Braves.
The rhythm is a little bit different tonight than it has been in the last couple of nights.
As one of those freshmen we talked about, Nia Gaddis with the service. Another block leads to a point. Braves owning the front of the net.
But one of the things that you got to be as a coach, you do not want to go undefeated during a year. So
maybe
this is a loss that you can learn from, and you're watching this tonight.
I get what you're saying, Coach. For the sake of it, you do, but you don't. You want to be tested.
Right. But I tell you what, Heritage Christian is on all cylinders tonight. I mean, Brebeuf is on all cylinders tonight.
They've looked like the story that's been Heritage all year long.
While we have time, we want to thank both athletic directors for helping us out with the stats and the information they've given us. Thank you very much.
And of course, the host Braves setting us up with a spot to broadcast this action to you statewide. Out on that serve. Heritage Christian still in this, but on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Gracie Ledbetter will have the service, down 8. And that one let serve over the net. Fortuitous.
Let the net be your friend.
Couldn't agree more.
We used to practice that, Jimmy. We used to put string on top of the antennas, and you had to shoot through the antennas.
Definitely help you learn quick for that fortuitous serve. But that time, the Braves just a step better so far tonight. They're 8 points away from closing out the number 1 team in Class 2A and improving to 5-2 on the year. Still a lot of volleyball left to go, though. Greer Frazier, the junior, her service. Out. Kenzie Myers checks back in for the Eagles, while Abby Richmond checks back in for the Braves. Service belongs to Lily Snyder, the junior. Richmond receives. Tried to set up Robinson. Can't power through it. And a point to the Braves. 2 hits.
Snyder made a nice play, though. Just couldn't get it.
18-10 your score. Braves ranked number 2 in Class 3A. Heritage Christian ranked number 1 in Class 2A. Schumacher's service. Ledbetter bumps it in front of the net. Another bump. How will the Braves respond? Spike through.
Wow. Straight through. That's pretty impressive.
When you have a 5'6" senior with an impressive vertical in Valentine and a 6-foot junior in Colvin, you know she can get up too, and you're able to power through that. Sometimes it's just your night.
And Heritage Christian's throwing everything but the kitchen sink, trying to get a rhythm and what to go. Here's the good thing. Even if you lose this thing, now you regroup and you get ready for next week because you got to forget about this loss.
Schumacher, the ace, and remember, she was the one at the controls of their win in Game 2. Can she coast for what would be 6 points? Already has 1 now to bring the W. Colvin. Phillips. Schumacher keeps that alive. I'll go to Siegel. The spike is down. My goodness. 4 points away.
Did you see, though, how the ball came across and she went straight down to the floor and hit the ball and popped it back up?
We'll stay here. 21-10 the score.
Man, if you're in the huddle with Brebeuf, what do you say? Hey, popcorn is on me tonight or what? I mean, you played very, very well. This Heritage Christian Ball Club is outstanding. They're not ranked number 1, and it's not a fluke. You have played very, very well tonight.
I'll tell you this, though. That Heritage huddle, that was the best body language that I've seen from them in the last 3 or 4 timeouts they've used. I'm not saying that they have a rally in them, but if any team would, it's the number 1 team in Class 2A. Braves, meanwhile, all smiles. 4 points away from closing this thing out. Again, a quick look back at our games. Game 1 went to Heritage Christian 26-24. Braves responded 25-17 in Game 2. They continue their rolling ways in Game 3, 25-20. And on top, 21-10, 4 points away from closing this out and giving the Heritage Christian Eagles their first loss of the year. Myers, the spike is down.
Nice play. Kenzie Myers, a junior, 5'10".
A lot of enthusiasm from the Heritage bench and the Heritage JV team behind them. Service will go to Paige Hickey, the 5'2" junior.
This is fun tonight.
Oh, a blast. Siegel.
Touch.
Go to Phillips.
Nice. Oh.
Point for the Eagles.
Right idea. She was right there trying to hit it out of the net. That's a tough play. Here comes the Eagles.
There's a little bit of momentum there on that bench and on the floor for Heritage Christian. Hickey's service continues. They'll go cross court with it. Ledbetter sets up Phillips.
Oh, nice play.
And it's out for another point.
I tell you what, that was a great play, and it was even a better play for Heritage Christian, knowing that ball was going out, staying away from that, and watch that go all the way through. They're coming back, Jimmy.
Service. Siegel. Ledbetter chased it down. They get it over. They'll go to Siegel again. She's blocked. Let's say it's out, though, on the block. So point to the Braves. Woo!
That was close.
Braves needed that to stop that momentum in its tracks. They lead by 9, and the service belongs to Sophie Weber, the 5'9" junior. They're 3 points away. Colvin almost blocked again. And a violation on the Braves.
What you probably did not see, Meyer made the hit, and then she rolled out of the way to clear that, to make that play for Heritage Christian. Great heads up for the junior.
It'll bring service to Raven Colvin, a 6-foot junior. One of the key pieces to this Heritage Christian team, but that service is out.
She had the right idea.
Yep.
Ball just didn't float with her.
The sidelines have not been there for her tonight. Braves 2 points away.
This place is going to erupt. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. Walking the line that time was Wallace. Eagles not going quietly into the night. Service belongs to Maggie Ledbetter. Cross-court shot. Ledbetter mistimed it and won't go over the net. Match point for the Braves. Service to Siegel. She's been the playmaker along with those two freshmen tonight for Brebeuf for the match. Robinson got it to go. Braves win it. How fitting that the freshman, Cindy Robinson, puts it to bed. And they take care of the number 1 team in Class 2A in this fourth and what will be deciding game, 25-15. Stay with us. We'll be back to wrap it up after this. We'll keep it here as we first look at a quick initial thought from the coach, Keith Myers. Coach, I saw it going differently going into this one. I saw it at least going 5. Did this surprise you?
It surprises me the outcome and how impressive the win was. Not that because I think both teams are very, very good. That's why you're ranked.
Right.
But the intensity that you played and how you did not let Heritage Christian creep back in. If you're Heritage Christian, first loss of the season, you got to forget about it. When you walk out the gym, you're 5-1. You're 6-1. You're not, the season's not over with. You just keep on playing. If you're Brebeuf, boy, you could build on this and you just keep on going. I mean, they're down 5-2, and they have played some key teams. Conference-wise, you're 2-0 in the conference, looking pretty up on top.
Let's take a look at those final numbers for the match as well as for that game number 4 that, again, was a victory for Heritage Christian.
If I'm the coach, I'm looking at 2 things. The unforced turnovers, 28 on the night for Heritage Christian, 20 blocks. You got to have more than that. You had no blocks in that last 4th game. 49 total kills and 4 aces. For the Brebeuf Braves, 23 unforced turnovers, not too bad. 12 blocks, 50 kills, and a lot of those with a freshman.
Right.
18 aces. And you just come back. Both these teams come back on Tuesday and play once again.
Coach, we talked about it going into this game, how much hype, how much enthusiasm were surrounding this Circle City Conference matchup How big of a testament is this game we saw tonight for how good this conference really is?
If you did not enjoy this game, something's wrong with you because this is great volleyball. Both teams played well. The conference is just loaded because I tell you, you got Chittard down the street, you got Roncalli, and you got Guerin. I mean, and Covenant Christian. Covenant, don't rest on Covenant Christian. Yes, they're having a so-so year so far, but they'll make noise at the end of the year. But this is a big, big win for Brebeuf being 2-0. But the conference is long from being over.
And then back to both these teams individually, you talked about how, of course, you'd love to go undefeated for a whole season.
Sure.
But you can always learn from defeat. Where is Heritage Christian's mindset moving forward? And then after that, where are the Braves after their biggest win of the year as they continue? They're number 2, remember, in Class 3A.
I think, you prepared well. I'm sure you prepared well. You played Tuesday night. You played maybe a weaker opponent Tuesday night, but you prepared, and you felt like your team was ready. And you walked in, and they just didn't perform. That's kids being kids. I mean, you got 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids, and you're trying to earn a living as a coach. That's kind of hard to do. So you just regroup. You come back to practice. I'm sure you'll have practice tomorrow. You'll take the long weekend off, and you come back Tuesday ready to play. And you got to be ready to play because you play a very good Covenant Christian team next week, and we have that broadcast right here on IndianaSRN.
Well, we witnessed another exciting thrower tonight. This time it is an undefeated team falling. It's the number 1 team in Class 2A, the Heritage Christian Eagles, going down in 4 games as the Rough Jesuit Braves, the number 2 ranked team in Class 3A, take care of them 3-1. Don't forget, we're going to have a full slate of high school football action tomorrow night on the many different channels of IndianaSRN, whether it's the radio streams or the webcast games. It's going to be another exciting Friday night of high school football.
Can't wait. The weather's going to cooperate, ready to get there early. Football, Friday night football weekly with Sean and I go on the air at 5:50 on the radio broadcast. And then we have to hustle because we both have games tomorrow. So we're in the studio, take our Uber driver as quickly as we can to our games, and some great games. And don't forget, if you like to be involved with us and want to support us or support the games, you can contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org, and we can tell you how inexpensive it is to put kids on the radio and TV.
It's going to be another exciting Friday night of football tomorrow. Until we talk to you all across the state covering high school football for our entire crew here at IndianaSRN, this is Jimmy Cook saying until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.